arcade cabinet updates. Let's get started. Couple of updates that I wanted to go over for the arcade cabinet project. What we're looking at right here is a mock-up that I did on Google SketchUp, and I just wanted to get an idea for just general approximations for sizes for the side of the arcade cabinet. Now the file itself, or the image itself, is not super detailed as far as being super exact is what I mean, for heights and widths and that kind of stuff. I just wanted to get a good idea of, you know, what it was going to look like and how I was going to lay it out. And then what I ended up doing was buying a 2x2 1/4-inch piece of plywood for about $4 from my local home center, and then I started laying out the dimensions and then making slight tweaks based on what I was actually seeing in the actual size of the deal. And you can kind of see on the board itself some lines that I erased and some stuff that I was redoing, because I wanted to get the approximation and then actually get it down on the board. And I've never done a project like this before, so I want to be as safe as possible to get this done. And then once I have this laid out the way that I want, I'm going to cut this out and actually use this as a template for the actual size that I'm going to build, and then that way both sides will be the same, and then I have a really good idea of what it's going to look like. I do know, based on the size of the buttons that I'm purchasing, that I have enough room over here. This is where the control panel is going to be, so I have enough depth over here to accommodate the button as well as all the wiring. I know from the back over here that I've got enough room for my monitor and for the actual PC that I'm going to be using, and that actually works out really well because there's a ton of space back there, so I think that's going to be really good. As far as the monitor goes, you know from a couple of videos ago that I tried to fix a Samsung monitor that I had laying around, and it kind of failed. But I did find another 19-inch monitor that's going to work out well, I think, and that one works for sure, so that's a good thing. But in planning this project, I decided to make the cabinet wide enough to accommodate the monitor that I'm going to use, obviously, but also a widescreen monitor, because, you know, if the one that I have breaks in the future, I want to make sure that I can just replace it with a monitor that I can find off the shelf, and widescreen monitor is just your standard deal right now. So if I build it so that I can accommodate a newer type monitor, then I won't have any problems in the future if I decide to go that way. A couple things about the Dell Zino that I'm using. There's a on-off button up here on the top, but I don't want to have to open the back of the cabinet to be able to turn the machine on and off. So I've taken it apart a little bit, and actually underneath here is the actual switch that turns the unit on and off, and this actually just plugs into the motherboard. There's actually a little plug that goes there, and there's 4 wires here, 2 for the switch, and then there's 2 wires for the little LED that's the indicator up here. So what I'm going to try and do is pull this out and then actually just wire a new switch and maybe an indicator light that I can mount on the back of the unit, so that I can turn this on without having to open up the cabinet. But this will be something that I'll get to once I get all my parts and actually start building everything. But you know, it's something worth considering. If you're using just a straight PC or a motherboard that you're putting inside the cabinet, which I've seen a lot of people do, they always have to account for this kind of thing. But I'm trying to make this as clean as possible, so I'm hoping not to destroy this. Maybe I can find another switch. I'm sure I can actually find something that will work out okay, because I would like to preserve this guy so that I know I don't chew that one up while I build something that will work for the cabinet. Well, one of the good things about doing projects like this is if I don't have a tool to properly do what I need to do, I have to go out and buy one. This is a Craftsman professional router set, I guess. There's a fixed base and a plunge base that you can use. I was actually in Sears the other day for something, and then I saw this actually on a clearance rack that has no box, no anything, and it was normally like, I don't know, $170 or something like that, and it was laying out there for about 80, and I thought that it was a pretty good deal. Spoke to the sales guy, and it came with standard new warranty, standard return policy. It was just an item that they had as a display. And I thought, you know, what the heck? It's you know, for about 80 bucks, save myself pretty much half price on an item like this, and I know that I'm going to be using it because I'll definitely be using it to make my templates using this guy here, and I'll also be able to use it to put in T-molding, which is a molding that you put on your edge of your wood that you're using for your cabinet to give it a finished look. I knew I've been wanting one of these for a long time. I don't necessarily know it was the Craftsman one that I was going to be getting, but I saw it on the shelf. I did a really quick Google search, and it seemed to be pretty good reviews, or decent reviews. So I figured for 80 bucks it was worth the money to get, especially because it's treated as new. So if I did have a problem with this, I could return it and get a new one. You know, some neat features, I guess. I'm not a tool review site, I guess, but there's a removable power cable, which is nice. And you know, it's a fixed base and a plunge base, like I mentioned before. So this just comes out, and you can slip the motor itself and put it in here. So you have some nice versatility there. And it also came with a couple of these edge guards that slide into these holes here, so here and here, so that you know, you use it as an edge guard so that you can keep your router nice and straight. So overall, I think a pretty neat purchase, something that I was going to have to get anyways, but that's sort of the deal when you do projects like this. And you know, like I mentioned before, I like to use the right tool for the job, and I think that's going to lead to, if anything, making things clean, and that's ultimately what I'm going for this project. That's going to wrap it up for this video, and the next few videos, I don't know if they're going to be totally arcade cabinet related, because right now I'm sort of waiting for parts to come in, because I did place an order for buttons and joysticks and that kind of thing, so I'm waiting for that to come in. You know, but overall, we're making, I would say, slow but good progress on the cabinet. I really do want to get this template built, because I think that's going to help me out in the long run. So definitely have to work on that. So definitely like and subscribe. That helps me out a ton. Follow me on Twitter and Google+, and you'll get updates on when new videos are posted. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.